Shiba Inu Shibarium blockchain may be released sooner than you think. We just got some bullish news that just came across our desk. And I'll call this breaking news, guys. It's extremely important, by the way. And it's related to some technical documentation, sort of like a user manual that came out in regards to the Shibarium Layer 2 blockchain. Now, you may be asking, CryptoStream, why is this important? Why do I care about some technical documentation being released for Shibarium? I just want to know when it's going to be released to market. Well, you know what? You need to understand that this is extremely important. This is an important step in the entire process from a technical standpoint, something that needed to take place in order to bring Shibarium to market. We're going to explain to you why this is important and why we believe Shibarium may be coming to market sooner than you think. Could it be this weekend? Could it be next week or the week after? We got a feeling it's going to be sooner than you think, guys. And we'll get into that and more coming up next. How's it going, family? Welcome back to the channel, guys, on this wonderful Friday. We're heading towards the end of March here. We just started spring, and you know what? We are seeing the crypto market be on fire. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. I am on fire for Shiba Inu and the Shibarium Layer 2 blockchain. We just got some extremely bullish news, breaking news, guys, that just came across our desk that relates to Shibarium. Let's get right into it, guys, because I know that's why you're watching this video. You want to get a as to when Shibarium is finally released out of the test beta stage into production, guys, for its running full steam ahead. Let's get into this, guys. First of all, let's take a look at this. This is an article that just came out from Shib Army News. This is one of those news areas that we follow. We keep close to the vest, guys, because they put out some content, but we saw a lot of tweets too. Our Twitter feed has been blowing up over the last few minutes to an hour or so at the time of this recording with news of the release of the Shibarium blockchain documentation. Now, you may be asking, why is this important, CryptoStream? Well, guess what? Like we like to say on this channel, I'm glad you asked. Let me enlighten you guys, my ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Kryptonians. Let me enlighten you. First and foremost, in the realm of IT, there's something like this. You develop an application or an IT tool that's going to be used by an organization. Once that's developed, it usually is tested, and you have what's called UAT, user acceptance testing. During this phase of user acceptance testing, what goes on is people, the testers, the users that are accepting the test, meaning that they are testing all of the inner workings of whatever application or the tool, the IT tool that's being designed, to make sure that all the bugs are worked out, to make sure all the kinks are worked out, and to get a better understanding from an end user's perspective of how well that system, application, or tool is functioning as desired. Well, ladies and gentlemen, usually that is the last stage in the development process of any type of technology. And right after that's done, usually the documentation is updated, and guess what? It rolls into production environment, which is basically where the end users like you and myself are able to take part in using that technology. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we are experiencing now with the release of this documentation for Shibarium, which is the layer 2 blockchain for Shiba Inu. Now, let's take a look at this article here. We're not going to dive into it specifically, but I just want to show you this because this news is hot off the presses, guys. It broke a little less than an hour ago, and it's entitled Shib Army News. Exciting news as Shibarium docs have arrived, the blockchain of the people. Now, you see this right here, Shibarium beta is live. We see that, and then we go into this article, and it talks about the documentation here. And this is where we're going to focus our attention on, this Shibarium, this Git book here that was put together. Now, if you want to take a look at this at your leisure, you may do so by going to shiba-inu-ecosystem.gitbook.io/Shibarium. That's a mouthful, guys, but you can see it here in my browser window. I kept it up here so that you can go to this address and read it on your spare time, because you need to better understand and be educated in these crypto streets to make sure that you and your investment, which is your wallet, is taken care of to help you to create generational wealth for you and your family. Now, let's go through this, guys. We're not going to dive into it too deeply, but we're going to skim. We're going to go through it to show you why this is so bullish for the Shibarium, the Shibarium blockchain, and also the Shiba Inu ecosystem as a whole. Now, if we go to this, we see that the first page we see, which we're going to call the landing page, it talks about Shibarium. It gives you a background of Shibarium, you know, how it came about, being proposed by Ryoshi, the creator of Shiba Inu, right? And then it talks about what Ryoshi believed in, what his goals were, and then it talks about it also talks about other things of that nature as far as bone being used as the gas fees. And it talks about Satoshi Kusama, who is the person that is leading the charge for developing this wonderful Shiba Inu ecosystem. Now, if we continue to move along, we click overview, right? We go to overview and it talks about the Shibarium point of sale POS chain, proof of stake. I'm sorry, point of sale. I don't know why that's in my brain for some reason, but the proof of stake chain is talking about giving you an idea of the benefits of it having the speed, scalability, flexibility, and simplicity, and the cost effectiveness of it. And then it goes on to talk about Ethereum and Shibarium bridge that was created, and it talks about drawing comparisons between the proof of stake versus plasma. It talks about how you as a developer, if you decided to deploy a contract on Shibarium's blockchain. So for instance, a lot of the code that's written today on Ethereum is done in what's called Solidity. That is the programming or the coding language that these Ethereum contracts are usually written on. So usually, you know, if you're going to write a contract to be deployed on the blockchain, you need to understand what you're doing, guys. And so with this here, this Shibarium documentation, as you can see, it dives into details on telling you or helping you to understand how to deploy your contract on the Shibarium Layer 2 blockchain. Not only that, we go into more details. It talks about MetaMask installation and set up a Web3 protocol here. And it talks about the technical architecture of it. It talks about some things here. And like I said, this is a very, very technical document here. It talks about Ethereum layer. It talks about the Imminent layer. It talks about transactions and encoder. I can go on and on, guys, but you can see that this is real. This is the real deal, guys. Now, it goes also into the security models. So it talks about proof of stake. It talks about plasma security and hybrid, which is basically a combination of proof of stake and plasma combined. That's what that hybrid model is. And so I'm not going to read through this like I mentioned to you before, but then it also goes into staking, validators, and delegators. Talks about what is a validator? What is a delegator? What are the roles that they do? What role do they play into this whole thing called the blockchain? Then it talks about in the testnet version what delegate does, and then also what does the validator do in regards to the testnet. And then it talks about staking manager in regards to staking cryptocurrencies on their blockchain and how you'll be able to implement that as well. And then burns as well. Now, what I like to show you about this as well is they have a section on this documentation that's called blockchain. Now, I believe in educating you out there that watch this channel on cryptocurrency, technical aspects and non-technical aspects. Sometimes, you know, we have to get technical on this channel because you cannot explain certain things without getting technical sometimes. But I'm going to try my best to move forward with this without confusing. So let's keep moving. There is a section on here called blockchain. With this blockchain, it talks about the whole background of what a blockchain is. Really, the blockchain is nothing but just a digital ledger. Think of a ledger as something like a checkbook that keeps a record of debits and credits in the financial world. But a blockchain does not lie. It's called non-repudiation, which essentially means that it is what it is. It cannot be altered. It cannot be manipulated. And that's what's wonderful about the blockchain versus the banking system. And I'm not going to get political in this video, but we all know what's going on with the banking system with the collapse of a lot of these banks going on and the US dollar becoming devalued because of inflation, things of that nature. This is going to continue to drive the demand for cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency, by its nature, in a sense, is deflationary, which means the more and more it is used, the more and more it is transacted, the more and more it is burned and used up, which means that the value of the cryptocurrency continues to increase, which means that you have less and less of that cryptocurrency because it's scarce, which also helps it to remain deflationary and over time increase in value. That's starkly different than what we call fiat currency, which is the dollar, the US dollar, just for an example, or any kind of currency that's non-crypto, you know. So we continue to move along here, guys. I just had to jump in there with that tidbit of information, but we move along here. It talks about the key takeaways of what a blockchain is. It talks about how the blockchain works, things of that nature. Now, if we go down more, it talks about Ethereum. It gives you the background of Ethereum being founded back in 2015 by Vitalik Buterin. Try to say that fast 20,000 times. You get tongue twisted real quick. But it talks about that Ethereum blockchain, talks about what is a blockchain, talks about types of blockchain that you can have. In addition to that, it talks about what is a side chain. It talks about the consensus mechanism. It talks about what proof of stake is. And remember, at the beginning of this video, we talked about Solidity as being the code that a majority of smart contracts are written in on the Ethereum blockchain. Well, guess what? This Shibarium technical documentation gives you the background of Solidity, and it talks about the role that it plays in cryptocurrency. Next, we go into transactions, what those are, buys and sells, private, public keys, things of that nature. Talks about gas fees. In other words, the transaction costs for having you to process a transaction across the blockchain. And then last but not least, it talks about accounts, whether they be externally owned account or a contract account, which is tied to the cryptocurrency smart contract itself. Like I mentioned to you before, guys, we are extremely bullish here at the Crypto Stream because you know what? This is checking that box. One of the last few steps that are needed. This cryptocurrency, this technical documentation that's been issued out for Shibarium, the blockchain. This is what we've been waiting for, guys, and the sky's the limit from here. And I got a feeling that Shibarium is going to be released pretty soon here. Could it be this weekend? I doubt it. But could it be next week? Could it be the week after next? Could it be sometime in April? Only time will tell. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Crypto Stream. If you like what you heard, go ahead and leave a comment below. Chime into the discussion on this video. Let us know. What do you think? Do you think Shibarium is coming closer than we think, guys? Because right now it's in beta stage. Right now it's on testnet. Right now people getting their hands dirty, understanding, yeah, Shibarium is real. It's not a joke, guys. Not a game. Shibarium will definitely melt faces in the future. And last but not least, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, guys. We would love to welcome you and your family with open arms into our family here at the Crypto Stream, because we continuously bring you videos giving you crypto education, telling you about upcoming projects and pre-sales, things of that nature, and legitimate crypto projects other than Shiba Inu. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Crypto Stream. We'll come back to you guys when breaking news comes out, which I got a strong suspicion, especially when it's coming to Shiba Inu, guys, it's going to be real soon. Y'all take care.